Now time for the 7 things you'll be talking about today. Number 7.
Cliff Sims. You may know that name from the Trump team of yore. You may also know him as an Alabama native, the founder of YellowhammerNews.com, and someone who has always been very close to the Trump team, except when he wrote that book that the Trump team was upset about. But now they're back doing good. And Cliff Sims is part of the Trump transition team, helping manage personnel for the upcoming Trump administration. So that's good. It's got an Alabama voice on there doing good things. So this is according to Punchbowl News. An Alabama native is on the transition team, and he's very close with John Ratcliffe, who is likely to head the CIA. So Sims might be part of the CIA as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of role this has on the Trump administration. It's nice to have Alabama voices in on the conversation.
Number 6.
Workers at Amazon's Bessemer facility will once again get an opportunity to vote on unionization. This is bite number 3 at the apple. Do we just continue doing it until the answer is yes? An administrative law judge found that Amazon committed multiple labor violations during the 2022 vote. Judge Michael Silverstein cited Amazon's confiscation of union materials from break rooms as one of 6 unfair labor practices, warranting a third election. Amazon spokesperson Mary Kate Pardis said the company plans to appeal, while the union that wants to unionize that plant says that the ruling isn't strong enough. They need to have more remedies other than allowing them to hold yet another election here to unionize that facility. I mean, if we just keep doing it until it works, I mean, I guess maybe it will eventually work.
Number 5.
President-elect Donald Trump's proposed mass deportation plan, which would involve local law enforcement and National Guard troops, is facing opposition from Democratic governors. States like Massachusetts have vowed not to cooperate. And legal battles are expected if National Guard troops from Republican states attempt to assist in Democrat-led areas. The Trump administration may also pressure sanctuary states by withholding federal funds from law enforcement that refuse to aid in deportations through legal challenges and things like that. We will have a complicated process. And that's really the whole point of the, quote, resistance, to gum up the works and make it to where nothing can actually get done. I mean, you know that's exactly what they want to do. And I think that that is a real mistake here because there's a mandate.
Number 4.
The United States Senator Katie Britt, Republican out of Montgomery, has been a prominent force in securing a Republican majority in the United States Senate, actively campaigning for GOP candidates, including Senator Ted Cruz, a Republican in Texas, and raising significant funds to support the party's efforts. Britt has emphasized that Americans are eager for common sense policies focused on secure borders, stable prices, and strong national defense. You know, the last time she was on the program, somebody texted me in and said, you know, I really didn't like Katie Britt and how the campaign that put her in office went, but this election cycle has made me a Britt fan, and I've heard that from a couple different people. As a key Trump ally, Britt also championed his agenda at the Republican National Convention and participated in strategic fundraising efforts for the Senate and the House. There are leadership elections and apparently in the Senate, and she is going to play a role in those as well.
Number 3.
But she is not the only Alabama Republican making national waves. United States Senator Tommy Tuberville, Republican out of Auburn, has not ruled out a role in the administration, though he emphasizes his commitment to being a, quote, sledgehammer, end quote, for Donald Trump in a GOP-controlled Senate. Tuberville, who could be eligible for committee chairmanships, aims to impact issues like border security, military strength, agriculture, and veterans affairs. While open to the opportunities where he could be more impactful, Tuberville has voiced the importance of returning Space Command to Huntsville and is speculated as a potential 2026 gubernatorial candidate in Alabama. I'm sorry, I don't buy Tommy Tuberville as a gubernatorial candidate. I just don't think that's something. That's a step down from being in the United States Senate. Why? Why would you want to do that? You got majorities now.
Number 2.
I never thought I would see this. But here it is. Due to long lines on Election Day, some Alabama Republicans are considering implementing early voting options to improve accessibility and reduce wait times, with State Representative Steve Klaus, a Republican of Ozark, basically saying, let's do this. He told media outlets on Wednesday that early voting needs to be explored. Alabama is one of few states without early voting, and the idea has gained attention from party members looking to modernize the election process and potentially increase voter turnout. Discussions about early voting aligned with national trends as more states have adopted various forms of advanced voting to ease Election Day congestion. I'm very, very, very cold to this. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Now, time for the number 1 thing you'll be talking about today.
In his first address since his Vice President Kamala Harris's election loss to President-elect Donald Trump, a happy and exuberant President Joe Biden urged Americans to accept the result peacefully. You know, the results that Hitler is taking the White House. That's what they told us, and now they're like, but we'll peacefully transfer power to Hitler. Just like they did in Nazi Germany. That's right. I mean, originally. They just originally just gave him the power, but I guess this is the same thing. He also suggests that we look towards the future, emphasizing resilience. All of them love talking about this. It's not how real human beings talk. Quote, a defeat does not mean we are defeated. End quote. Literally exactly what it means. You lost. Speaking from the Rose Garden, a very happy Joe Biden praised Harris's character and dedication, calling her campaign inspiring and urging the nation to lower the political temperature after a divisive campaign season. You know, like when a president stands there bathed in red lights and says half the country is a threat to its existential existence. Yeah, sure. Biden also underscored his faith in the integrity of the American electoral system and encouraged his staff to, quote, make every day count, end quote, in the remaining months of his presidency. But he was so positive that some liberals are questioning whether he went full MAGA and questioning Jill Biden's vote. I'd like to point out that I was one of the first people to say that Joe Biden voted for Donald Trump. I just want to point that out. I think it's pretty clear that he did. Did Jilly vote for him? I don't know. Did they go into the voting booth together and nod at each other and look at each other and make the same decision? Like we know what we're actually doing? I don't know. We'll have to continue to watch that. Also, something else to watch. It's not one of the 7 things, but I just want you to mention this. The House is not decided yet. And it could slip away. I mean, if they keep counting until Democrats win, then, I mean, there's a good chance Democrats take the House. And that seems like what we're doing here. This is one of the reasons why I do not like this never-ending vote counting going on. Not good stuff. Not good stuff. But we'll continue to cover that as we move through the program. You stick with us. We'll stick with you. You can also get in here and voice your opinion. 866-494-WVNN. 866-494-9866. Answer our question of the day as well. What happened? What happened? Answer that question, and we'll give you some prizes. Yeah, that's what we're doing. See? We'll lay it all out here in just a minute. Keep it locked right here, folks, on WVNN.
Get WVNN's Dale Jackson's 7 things you should be talking about today right in your email box every morning. Go to yellowhammernews.com and sign up today.